from the tractor shed. Not going to promise it'd be every Monday night like this, but we thought we'd do it tonight. Lots of cool things on the wall. I don't think you can see my seashell wall, which I think I showed it.
Yeah, you did.
On my video a couple weeks ago. But yeah, it's got a real dilemma. I'm on the fence about planting some corn this week, and so I need some of you guys in the Piedmont area to tell me what you think.
Either hype them up or shut it down.
Yeah, shut me down or hype me up, one or the other. It's that little piece over there, it cut up so good, and it got about a half-inch of rain on it Friday night, and I'm sure it would cut up real good with some moisture in it now, and so it's got me. I've looked as far as I can see on the Weather Channel, which is 10 days, and it's looks okay for at least the next 10 days. Okay, who was first?
Timbo, he's always first.
Timbo's always first.
He says, howdy neighbors, happy spring.
Happy spring to you.
And Curtis King is on.
Hello, Curtis King.
Good evening, Jtwes family and friends. What beautiful weather we had the last few days. I hope everyone enjoyed them.
Yes.
Joey, you better plant that corn, LOL. Hey, are you going to give me one of those?
Yeah, I guess I better.
Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear me okay without it.
I forgot all about it. Hold on. You hit a button.
Oh, sorry. I'm not used to those.
Well, I don't know what you did.
As
long as it's still working. Oh, it says it's recording up here. Okay, now it's not recording, so that's good.
Technical little.
Let me do it.
Okay, right there.
Because you have to touch it from the top.
Okay.
Now we're good.
We're not using our normal microphones tonight.
Yeah, somebody said that. Yeah, they're working. Somebody said that the mics were very low, so I put the DJI on. I usually use Rode mics, and I turned the gain up real high on the DJI, so I was hoping it would be better for you guys.
Okay, Paul Ford is on.
Hey, Paul Ford.
Good evening, Jtwes family and friends. Potatoes, green beans, lima beans, and silver queen corn are up and growing. Pecan trees are leafing out, planting a field of Jimmy Red next week.
All right, all right.
Jerry Bonds is on.
Hey, Jerry.
Having to replace ignition coil and carburetor on my Super A. And he says, have a blessed Easter.
Thank you, sir.
Blanton Farms says, evening, y'all. Just came in from getting the 140 set up.
I seen that, Nick. It looked good.
Bart Sexton, hello from Goldsboro.
Hey, Bart.
Miss Bonnie Hawkins is on. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you.
Farm Boy 59 says, good evening and hope all is well.
It is, it is.
William May is on.
Hello, William May.
Good evening, everyone, and this is the best place to be on a Monday night.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, William. Roscoe Morris.
Hey, Roscoe.
Hello from Indiana. And
somebody said, hello to you. Somebody said, I hope all, yeah, it's just another hectic Monday night like it was last Monday.
Yeah, it's turning out to be like almost all my days are hectic.
Yeah, and I say hectic. It's just
been concerning.
A lot going on, and being daylight longer, you tend to be doing something longer. So, Lord, I forgot. Oh my gosh. No.
He's fine. Go on, Kurt.
I forgot about the cats visiting the live set.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I was changing oil in Leno's little Chevy Traverse, and man, I knew it's the reason why I didn't have nothing but Dodges. At least I can get to the oil filter. Golly, man, that thing took me 20 minutes to get that oil filter on and off.
Brad Rearson is on.
Hey, Brad.
And Farm Boy 59 says, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button.
Thank you. Thank you.
George Joyner with Tobacco Barn Wood.
Hello, Mr. George.
Getting ready to plant some corn next week. Had fun last week at my own plow day getting the field ready. Johnny Edgerton says, good evening, everyone. It's been a nice day here today.
Yeah. It's supposed to be even warmer tomorrow, I think.
Martin Farms LC is on.
Hello, Martin Farms.
Good evening, Joey and Leno. Hope everything is well, or hope all is good. Troy is on.
Hey, Troy.
Says good evening. Blanton Farm says, go ahead and plant it. I believe you all be okay.
Nick says that down.
Troy, who is north of us, says, my corn and green beans are planted.
Oh, man.
So
get it, boy.
Then let's do it.
Yeah.
Martha Neal is on. Hey, Martha.
Hey, Martha.
Good to see y'all outside this evening. I don't know. I'm already starting to pay for it. You know, all that green haze is getting to me.
I promised you no wind, but I just felt the breeze.
Well, it's fine. I'm not cold.
Okay.
But yeah, the wind actually helps a little
Leno
bit.
said it was a little bit chilly, and I said, well, we'll be all right in the shed. I think it'll knock it off.
Me and Ivy Rain were outside in the t-shirt, and I just felt like it was chilly. Like her little arms were cold. Find where I was at.
Yeah, we were picking some henbit, but I didn't tell Rain that it was henbit. I told her it was a baby flower.
Yeah. And she loved it, and she gave it to her mama.
Yeah.
And Ivy just started walking, I think, yesterday.
Yeah.
So everybody's in trouble now. She was already, she already had her little, what do you call it? I don't want to say stubbornness, but she just had that. She's very concentrated to do something, you know.
I tried to give her some ice cream tonight, but I don't think she liked vanilla.
I think she don't like the coldness of it. She's like,
no, if it's chocolate, she would like it. The girl likes some chocolate. I know she does.
She ate that vanilla pudding good. Yeah. Well, and that was vanilla, but it was not cold.
I'll get a little bit of strawberry or something.
Yeah, but she does like chocolate. Ivy does like chocolate. Janice is on. Hey, Janice. And David is on.
Is that Janice Dalton? Mm-hmm. I hope you got everything squared away today.
And David is on.
Hello, David.
Curtis King says, audio sounds better on this live than it ever has.
Well, good deal. Like I said, I'm the DJI mics, you're able to turn the gain up real high. You can't with the Rode, and so that's why I chose to use them tonight.
J Pill is on.
Hey, J Pill.
Says, good evening all. We have joined you in daylight savings now.
All right.
Yeah, good. I'm sure you're struggling losing your hours like I struggled for about two weeks. And I'm struggling now because church has kept me up or got me up way too early. We had our stew Monday or Saturday, which means 3 o'clock in the morning. We're getting up and I'm cleaning buckets that all of our stuff was housed in, like, you know, it was in the refrigerator with all the vegetables and meat and stuff. So that's my job. Is I've done that for years. If we do a stew, I've got a set of ladies that we are out there looking rough at 3 a.m.
So speaking of stew,
cleaning.
Let me tell you something I discovered. Leno's gonna be like, oh,
what?
So I discovered that, and maybe I knew this, maybe I didn't, I don't know. So what we do at the stew prep is they get these big canners and they put the chicken in there whole chicken, just boom, whole chicken, can that or pressure cook that for I think 30, 40 minutes, I forget. Take it out and they go debone it. And then they put all the chuck roast in there. And I mean, I put probably 3/4 of those canners full of chuck roast, salt, water, did that for 30, 45 minutes. And so we were getting done and getting cleaned up, and one of the chuck roasts was sitting over there in a pan, a pile of it, waiting to get shredded up. So, I went over there and grabbed me a little piece and ate it. And I said, my goodness, this thing has got some good flavor to it. It really surprised me. So I got on a kick of trying to find me antique
stovetop canner.
A stovetop canner, one about 6, 8 quarts, little handle on it, little jiggler on top. And I did make a roast. Food Line had what was that roast Saturday? Was it a chuck roast?
Yeah. Chuck shoulder roast.
Yeah, chuck shoulder roast.
It was like 2 pounds.
It was a small one, and it was like $12 manager special. So I tried that in her, what do you call that thing?
Instapot.
Which I really don't like that because it's electric.
Yeah, it's electric, but it works just fine.
Yeah, well, I don't really like it. So I liked it. It was great, and, I could see us doing more, maybe pork roast or something in that thing. I mean, it was pretty neat. So, yeah, I discovered pressure cooking, not just canning. All I've ever done with pressure is just can.
Mhm.
Just, green beans, whatever, whatever, whatever. But I've never pressure cooked meat.
My grandmother always pressure cooked meat for tamales,
Yeah, but
and
she throw a whole cow head in
well,
there.
yeah, she would get a cow head from her local farmer who would just give it to her. She would put it in the canner, which was a big canner, of course, because cow head is huge, and she would just pressure cook the whole thing, and all that meat that came out from that head she used for tamales, and it was just the right seasoning and the right peppers. It was very good. I mean,
Yeah, and the reason why I want the old fashioned instead of electric, your electric didn't get hot enough to get a good sear on it. It
mhm,
just wouldn't.
yeah.
And where on the stovetop one, you could get that bottom real hot and sear it.
Instant Pot is very good for, like, I like to use it for quick baked potatoes or to boil eggs, like, to make
Yeah.
eggs for deviled eggs. That's really good for that too. But, you
Is that
know,
why you had the basket in there?
um, no, the basket is for if you don't want your chicken touching the bottom to get stuck in there, you could put it on that
Oh.
trivet. Trivet? I don't know if I'm saying that right.
So could you Instapot your chicken and do your pies like that, and then you could just cook your chicken in just 30 minutes? Probably.
I don't know. Let me find where I was at. Yeah,
Y
Janice says, good to see you for a minute at Rogers.
Yes, it was.
Tommy Norwood is on.
Hey, Tommy.
Hi, Joey and Lino and Jtwes family. Joey, have you got your fertilizer yet? Don't be surprised at the price. Went up last week.
Yeah, no, I haven't got it yet. It's not too bad. I have to buy it a bag or 2 at a time, so luckily, maybe between paying a higher price this week and sequential weeks, maybe they go down before I buy it, but I don't buy the season at one time, no.
Josh Patterson is on.
Hey, Josh.
Good evening, y'all. Is there anywhere to buy some Hastings Prolific? Rayleigh Farms still says they are out of stock.
Yeah, no, I have just a little bit left, Josh, but I'm planting it this year to build back up my seed stock and, uh, and just
Maybe somebody here in the watching can
yeah.
say if they know how to get some. Warstead is on.
Hey, Warstead. He, um, Preacher Rayleigh had a problem with his website, so have you checked lately? Because it seems like he had told me he had a problem with it. I would email him for sure just to make sure.
Um, Warstead says, hello, everyone. Wow, buying seed this weekend and sweet corn seed price has gone through the roof.
Mm, don't tell me that. I don't. I told Lena I wasn't planning on buying any seed this year because I got to looking and I had uh probably 2 or 3 bags of Silver Queen, and then I had quite a bit of Roma 2 green beans, and of course I got plenty of okra and stuff. So it looks like tomatoes may be about the only thing I may have to buy. Some German Johnson.
Farm Life with Avery is on.
Hey, Avery.
Hey, y'all, just got in the house from tilling with our LS and made some furrows with the F-17 middle buster to plant potatoes tomorrow.
There you go.
And
That's a
Janet,
deep furrow, Avery.
Janice said Wilson Tire here in Mebane got my tire on the new rim and put the new air stem in and seemed to be fine. And she said their price for the stem and installing was very reasonable.
Well, good deal.
And David says high pressure cooked my beans. That's a good idea. Like when I make pinto beans, I usually cook them a long time on the stove or the crock pot, and they would be done a lot quicker in the Instant
Yeah.
Pot.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, is there a recipe for doing that? Probably.
Yeah, I need to know like how much water
Yeah.
because you can't just open the lid and
Mhm.
look in there to see if you need to add more water because that's what I do on the stovetop. So
Yeah, you ain't gonna be just opening that
no, I'd
lid.
have to like look up the something with the measurements, like how many cups of beans and how many cups of water.
That crazy nut just fell slap over on her side.
She is crazy. Um, Paul Ford says we need to get Roger on fixing the 300.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I think I can handle it pretty easy, Paul. I just gotta get time to do it. I actually I don't think I've said anything about it, but I have an intake, a whole intake exhaust, a new elbow for the exhaust, and, some bolts and gaskets, all that what I need to take and put a new exhaust on there, and I just hadn't done it. I bought them last year, but yeah, I mean, it may be a good time to go ahead and put the new intake manifold on there since I got it, and that'd just make it that much easier getting that side plate off.
And Avery said, yay, the tractor shed is back.
Yeah.
Eric Pendergrass is on.
Hey, Eric.
Good evening, y'all. Hope all is well. Joey, would you be able to do a start to finish series on your sweet corn this year? Maybe from planting, fertilizing, cultivating, all the way to harvest?
Well, is that Eric?
Yeah.
Eric, I actually do, and so I think
Maybe he
I'm
means on one video, like
yeah,
put edit
it'd be awful hard. I mean,
edit something.
I might could I when I say I do, and I talked about this maybe a couple weeks ago, and I told the guys that they're I don't know if they've ever noticed this, but if you watch my videos, they are always been chronological, and it's in every video it may mention something that we did in the prior video and something coming up, and not just the farming stuff, just our life, Jtwes in general. Will's going to do this, or Megan. If you watch these things through, you can just about follow everybody.
And you have it
And
in the title of
yeah,
planting corn, fertilizing corn,
yeah, you look back through the videos and you'll find them. But this year I plan on doing, like I always do, and I am going to make a effort to, since there's so many new subscribers, to touch back base on, this is how you should mount this and this is how you mount that. Where, the last couple years I really didn't hone on this is what you need to do to set these feet up right or what have you.
And it would be a good something you could do for next year, like edit snippets of this year's to put it all, in a package kind of
Yeah.
for next year.
And the thing about the Silver Queen though is really you got planting, you got first and second cultivating, and then you got a lay-by, and then that's it till you pull it. So it's really only about 4 or 5 videos there. And I do have a playlist of Hastings prolific from planting to harvesting. I think I'm pretty sure I have a playlist for that.
These bugs are starting to come out.
Yeah.
They're making me nervous.
Yeah, if Leno jumps, guys, it's just a bug touched her. And Avery, that's why we got the net, but the net's serving another purpose now.
Yeah, it's keeping birds from pooping on Joey's truck.
Yeah, I had the net where I could drop it and it keeps the bugs out, and then you don't have to worry about them down the live stream. But
You're gonna have to get another piece.
yeah, but now I got the net pulled up this way, and I think I showed it on a video to keep the bird droppings off of my truck. Works good. I mean, it's nothing there.
James Kiley's on.
Hey, James Kiley.
Had 140 number 2 delivered last weekend.
Oh, wow.
This one has a fast hitch and complete set of cultivators. Now I'm on the hunt for implements, a plow, and a disc.
Well, it's funny, guys. I did some work in High Point, I believe it was. Pretty sure. No, it's Thomasville. And I looked, and this company that I was working on their fire alarm system, they had a bunch of implements, just small implements, yard rakes and box blades, and I actually seen some disc healers in a box, big old box of disc healers. And I asked them, and they said, "Yeah, we did this starting after COVID. What can we do to make money? Because it's a welding fabrication shop." And they said that they don't sell them at Dealer Network no more. They just take them and load them up and take them down the east and sell them at these big sales. And they got made in the USA on them. I forget the name of it. But I asked the guy, I said, "Well, let me ask you this: would you make an implement that was fast hitch?" And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, we'll make anything if there's money to be made off of it." So I've been sitting here thinking what they could build that a lot of fast hitch people, whether it be a disc or a one bottom plow, or uh, just sitting here thinking of what they could build. I don't know, but yeah, finding implements is going to be kind of tricky for you. That's the reason why I was brought that up.
One place is maybe Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah,
You see a lot of people who inherit some equipment and they don't farm at all. They might be willing to sell something on there.
you can. It's just the thing about Facebook Marketplace is, well, the thing about farm equipment is a lot of it is old spool bearings and stuff like that. It's the housing for the spool housing. And even though you got the disc, you can't find the bearings no more, and they're all wore out, and you can't. I mean, it's one thing finding the disc, but
Right.
being able to service it.
Yeah.
Even plow points, unless you find a plow that's new enough to have 4 bolt holes on it, it's getting hard to get points for it.
Dark Candy is on.
Hello, Dirt Candy.
Good evening. Learned a lot from your video on Holland water meter rebuild. Happy early Easter.
Thank you, sir. They said water meter?
Mm-hmm. Holland water meter rebuild.
Okay.
No Hope's Garage is on.
Hey, No Hopes.
Hey, y'all. Like the backdrop.
Thank you, sir.
And Janice said, please keep my dad in your prayers. He's getting worse. That's why I'm not out at Rogers as much.
We will, Janice. No worries, she's getting.
I know. I need Birdie to be able to fly in the air though.
She's fixing to.
Iron and Acres is on.
Hello, Aaron and Acres.
They said that studio setup is great.
Thank you, sir.
And for all the new viewers, this is out in the tractor shed, and we used to do it out here quite often, but we don't have the bug control we used to, so we don't do it very often.
Yeah,
the lights bring in a lot of bugs.
Yeah, I haven't done it. I mean, that's if you guys watch my videos and I'm sitting at the table at the end of a video talking or something, you see this net behind me. The net's not really for for my truck. It's that the net's for the studio here. What I call the shed studio.
Farmall and Fords is on.
Hello, Farmall and
Says
Fords.
good evening, and also Farmall Eric.
Farmall Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Get it, Birdie. Oh, she got it. Oh, she's biting.
Yeah, she's got plenty, which we got the craziest cat we've probably ever owned out here with us tonight. And she's eating them.
That's okay. Let her eat them.
They're those big brown bugs I call air buses because they're just big and dumb and just buzz all around, but they're huge.
Yeah, we had a Monday Night Live one time about a year and a half ago where it was hundreds of them.
It was awful. And anyways, Birdie's out here cashing them and eating them because she's just like that. She's got plenty of food. She just enjoys eating bugs too. Warstead says 1 point listers would sell like hotcakes.
1 point listers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I don't know how that, the only thing about that Warstead is, yeah, it's about all, you'd have to put them on a toolbar, but that's all you'd ever be able to do with it because it hit the crop.
Well, speaking of creating stuff like that, we just got Sam's paperwork and notification about his graduation from the community college for his welding degree or certificate or whatever they call it. So he gets that in May, and then he graduates high school in June. So, and he's got him a job lined up already for welding.
Yeah.
As of right now.
Got him a job lined up and enough dreams in his head to spend his paycheck for the next 30 years.
Mm-hmm. But,
unfortunately, and it's all on a vehicle.
We were all that age, and, things are just, don't burst his bubble yet because it'll get burst eventually just by life.
Man, they keep going on with the prices of new vehicles keep going up so high. It doesn't help used vehicles. I mean, used vehicles are going up.
Right.
Too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why when I paid the tax bill on that Traverse, I was like, you crazy. This thing ain't worth,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, maybe I'm thinking 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And also the house too, the taxes on the house, you think, I'd never be able to sell it for this price, but maybe you would, maybe you could sell it for that.
I believe the days of finding a $1,500, $2,500 truck are gone.
Yeah. Maybe a 20-year-old,
I don't even know if it's 20 years old.
what are
would do it.
those trucks with no back seat? Like like a, uh, Ranger or something.
Oh, like a regular cab.
Yeah, like a little regular cab. You might could get one of those.
Nope. They're actually pretty popular because nobody makes them no more.
Iron and Acre says welding is such a great skill. It says I'm 36 and dreams still spending all my paycheck. Yeah,
Poor fella.
that's a lot of us. I mean, that's a lot of adults, I should say. Like, wow, I'd love to use my paycheck on something other than bills.
Rubbing up against the leg of it.
Mm.
That's all I need is
Yeah, I'd be
for it
like,
to be like,
"Meow." Well, that's the price you pay out here in the wild
yeah.
with all these animals and bugs, and at least the ducks are in bed, so
Oh,
they're.
if they wasn't in their lot, they'd be right here.
You think so at night?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Especially if they knew I was over here.
Well, they'd be getting all these bugs that fall. At least they would clean them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'd be a total pain. And Newt is saying $20 oil change.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good there. Yeah, she found out real quick at Walmart this weekend that there was no such thing as a $20 oil
What
change
is the price on this?
because we needed to get oil for her car because I wanted to change it and get it on record. Change here's the miles, blah blah blah, and y'all gonna kill me. I know y'all probably gonna unsubscribe from the channel, but things is tight, man. I got some Super Tech. I did. It was a high mileage Super Tech. It was full. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh gosh, I just drew a blank.
Well, it was very comparable to Pennzoil, though,
No,
on that test.
well, no, I just said I've seen tests on it before, and it's not that bad.
Yeah,
I
you said
haven't
it was.
tested against Pennzoil, but I've seen tests.
Okay, well then I wasn't listening.
uh, I
Iron
can't.
and Acre says unsubscribe.
Well, I do know from watching Lake Speed that there's only 3 manufacturers that sell the base oil for fully synthetic oil, and or 2 or 3 manufacturers. It's not that many. It's not like you can go get the base synthetic just anywhere. So even though it's Walmart oil, it's got to come from one of those dealers. And then, of course, there's only a couple of companies that sell the additives that they put in it. So it boils down to how much additives go in it, what the package is, what they're trying to gear it towards. Uh, and so, it's definitely not. And synthetic was the word I was looking for. It's fully synthetic, super tech. But, uh, hey, we got a Wix filter.
Well, I was just surprised. I'm like, what in the world? What are all these different kinds? There's all shapes and sizes. And then you got all that in different brands. I'm like,
Yeah,
man,
that super tech was $17 for
look,
5 quarts.
y'all have made this too
And
complicated.
Pennzoil was riding about $28 for 5 quarts.
Um,
But I am amazed at motor oil. Yeah, it does go up and down in prices a little
mhm.
bit, but it doesn't fluctuate like gasoline. I mean, because if it did, a $28 5-quart jug would be $100 overnight.
And there goes my $20
Yeah.
oil change. Um, Janice says, congratulations, Sam. And No Hope's Garage says, just for your info, 1 pound of Jimmy Red corn will plant 160-foot rows.
Oh wow.
3 seeds per hole equal 480 seeds per row. So roughly 1920 seeds in a 1 pound. So 1,920 in 1 pound.
Wait a minute. Did he say 3 seeds per hole?
Mhm.
The thing with Hastings, I want to tell you, I don't know if I've ever said this, no hopes, but the thing with Hastings and Jimmy Red and probably any of that corn that's old and gets tall and shoots out the brace roots, it doesn't like to be crowded. If it gets crowded, it's gonna get what I guess it's a word that I made up over time. I call it spindly. Spindly is skinny and weak, and it'll fall over. It will get because it gets tall and it doesn't have a stem but that big around. It starts looking like cane sugar, and you want to. That's why I don't know if y'all remember when I put that other disc in that planter that we were trying out last week or week before last, and I said, okay, it's about 10 to 12 inches apart, and I'm okay with that because I don't mind it being a little bit further apart with this Hastings and Jimmy Red because it'll make a lot stouter stalk than if it's crowded. So be careful with planting those heirlooms. The word I was looking for. These heirloom corns too close. They will blow over super easy.
Curtis King says, tell him that's what he needs to put in his truck the next oil change. LOL. Right. Yeah. The little cheaper oil goes into my vehicle.
Yeah.
But on that note, we drove around all weekend, of course, because it's good on gas. And we were just trying to see who has the better gas mileage because I drove it quite a bit, and then Joey drove it too. And I was I at 21 miles an hour?
20, 20.1.
20.1 miles per gallon.
And it was still going up. It would probably come on up to 22 on the highway.
Yeah. But it worked good. We took it on the interstate for the first time, and it was nice.
And in my defense, I did address that with her because I didn't want her to feel like I was being cheap on her. And I said, Leno, the cake's already been baked. At 197,000 miles, this cake's done.
Yeah.
So let's just keep the oil changed every 5,000 miles. It doesn't necessarily have to be Pennzoil. I said, but the Ram, we started off brand spanking new, and we're trying to get it to go 300,000 miles. So that was I did tell her that because I didn't want her to think, well, you do put Pennzoil in the Ram truck, but she doesn't care either way. But you got to be talking parts per million difference, and that's pretty tiny. It's real tiny.
Yeah. And I'm okay with it. I trust him. He's always taking care of stuff. And, if I'm going to be driving this, I mean, I don't think he wants it to,
Yeah,
blow up and die.
that's the other thing too. I mean, I'm not sure. Reverse seems a little bit weak, and it may be just because it uses second or third gear for reverse. I don't know. I mean, I hadn't studied it enough to know, but so far it's been a wonderful car.
Joey Neal's on.
Hey, Joey.
Well, I finally made it. Hello, Joey and Leno, and everyone else. Hope all is well. Looks like the clock is still working.
It is.
It is. We heard it was great quality, so it's ticking away, and it's beautiful too.
Well, Joey said he doesn't put his stamp on the clock mechanism.
Oh yeah,
that's right. It's all the beautiful
yeah
wording and stuff.
Right.
It's the woodwork that he puts his stamp on.
I can understand that. I can understand that. Farm on Ford says, does it hurt to freeze corn seed with the Avipel?
I got some froze right now with it.
So no.
Some Silver Queen. And that will be the first bag that goes in the hopper. And then we'll put, if we need a little more, we'll mix it up. But no, it don't hurt it. Matter of fact, I called the fella who sent me the Avipel. And somebody emailed me, and I can't find the email to email that person back. And maybe they're on the live. But every video I post for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years, there's a link to where you can buy the Avipel from. They asked me where they could buy it at. And there's a link in every video. It's a link in this live stream tonight. And you just have to go more info, and then all the links are right there.
Luke Wilkins is on.
Hey, Luke.
Good evening. Hope you're doing good. Farmboy 59, alert. It's 30 minutes before Leno shuts down. LOL. Thank you. Y'all know me so well.
34 minutes now.
Yeah, this was.
We
I'm
got a
behind.
clock here.
I'm behind on comments. So yeah,
Yeah.
y'all got 25 minutes. 25 minutes. Timbo says Rotella. Rotella is that right?
Rotella.
Okay. I was like, sounds like Nutella or Rotel. All right, Rotella is the only oil I use in my diesels,
Yeah, I heard it's a good oil.
and
I'll use that Rotella straight 30 in the tractors.
No Hope Squash says that's how many seeds the old timers around here said to put in the holes. I don't know. I'm new here at this.
That's all right, no hopes. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm seriously, I'm glad you brought it up because it gave me an opportunity to, you know, mention that. Because sometimes I don't mention that stuff when I'm doing a video. Uh, you get to edit in a video and you can just think of all kinds of things you should have said,
Oh.
should have done.
He says now I'm regretting the 3 seeds per hole. Don't
Well,
no regrets. It's living and learning.
you said what do you say? 3 rolls, couple of 100 feet. Wouldn't take.
160 foot.
It ain't but 3 rolls, 160 feet. It ain't like it's a big old giant garden. Get you a good stand, pinch 2 of them off.
Janice says go to the Mitsubishi dealership behind Stearns Ford in Graham and pay for your first oil change, and the second one is free.
Mm,
So if it's $40, then I'd get my $20 oil change.
they ain't losing no money on no oil change.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
As long
game
as it's
is
not
there,
over 40.
but I can tell you they ain't gonna lose no money on
Yeah,
the
no.
oil change.
Johnny Edgerton says, I admit that I'm brand loyal on oil, but as long as it's changed regularly, about anything is okay.
That's what I've always thought too, Johnny, and I've I've I think a lot of the problems that you see on the internet are they won't tell you that, "Nah, well, I drive it real hard and I stretch my oil change to 6 and 7,000 miles and I let it idle forever." And, but they ain't gonna tell you that. They're just gonna say, "Oh, this went bad." Not to say there's never no factory problems. They are, but a lot of problems are brought on by us. Kinda.
Allison's on.
Hey, Allison.
She says, hey, you're in the shed.
Yes.
For Mom Ford says, Rotella is the only oil I use in everything but my wife's car.
Oh,
And Joey Neal says, I run Schaefer oil in everything. It's good oil.
yeah. I've heard Schaefer's pretty
And
good.
Janice meant County Ford in her earlier comment.
Oh.
And James Kiley says, don't know if anybody is interested, but I found a pallet of good quality potting soil regularly $12.50 for half price. Has free delivery. Think the biggest of the big box stores.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah, and if
We were just
he
talking
means
about that.
Lowe's, that was
Yeah.
on sale really good
We were just
too.
talking about that last night when Sunday after church, we went to Mebane and rode through Lowe's parking lot to get to the Mexican restaurant. And,
Joey hates seeing spring coming because he knows I'm gonna be asking for pot and soil
and I
and
told
things that
Lena, I
don't
said,
matter.
man, I said that I believe that there's enough pot and soil sold in the springtime to just build a dam
Because we all have
like the Hoover Dam.
right. All you guys are, talk about should I plant corn? Should I not? So for the rest of us, our big dreams are set on that potting soil of can I keep this flower alive all
I
spring?
do need some pot and soil.
But not for flowers.
Well, no, for some flowers, but I need some pot and soil because I want to try a few air grafts this year. I didn't get a chance to last year. I want to air graft the pecan tree. I want to air graft one of those oak trees up front. And basically, what you're doing is you're creating a clone. You're cloning that
You need
tree.
to quit messing with stuff like that. You're gonna cause something, some sort of outbreak of something.
No, you're making roots grow off the limb, then you cut the limb off and plant the limb.
Okay.
But it's a clone of the tree at that point.
And I forgot, I did order that flat of Vinca from the whatever that club is, prestigious girl of Roxborough or something.
Oh, when?
From Joy, like a couple months ago, and it's 25 plants or something. Like it's something crazy.
Oh, do you get it when it comes up or something?
In April.
Oh,
So that'll be ready for the tree
yeah.
trunks.
I got to get at least a bag for that tree trunk.
Yeah. Troy says, yeah, Joey, I learned the corn spacing from you last year. I used to run the planter on the row 2 or 3 times in the same row LOL, and wondered why. I wondered why I had baby corn.
Yeah, it needs room.
Tommy
Gotta
Norwood.
spread its wings.
Look, Tommy's calling me out. Maybe before 9 if Leno keeps yawning.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I'm telling you, I've been worked ragged this weekend.
Yeah,
and I'm tired.
we got up at 3 o'clock in the morning Saturday morning, and we were messing
All
with the
day.
stew by 4.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was pretty exhausting.
Yeah, I'm still trying to. And then yesterday, I'd love to take a nap on Sunday if I can. But yesterday we were gone all day because Joey had to go look at oil for an hour. And so I was like, man, I really could take a nap today. But by the time we got home, it was a little too late in the day, and I don't want to take a nap that late.
Well, I was just trying to figure out what we were going to do for your vehicle.
Yeah, I know.
I've been meaning to pick these up for like 6 months.
I know it was like, the adult responsible thing to do. Farmboy 59 got the taters planted in this year. A 50-pound bag made 1.5 rows. Inflation stinks. Last year I could have done 2.5 rows.
Well, gas prices are pretty rough too, because me and Leno, I threw I was just telling her, like, $25 of gas gets this many gallons. And just a few weeks ago it almost got twice as many gallons as it gets now, and that just aggravates you to death.
Mm-hmm.
But my potatoes, which I may try to get this on video, I didn't film me getting the potatoes out from under the house, but I used basically every potato that was left over under the house. I didn't buy any seed potatoes. But the biggest difference is, where last year I took that potato and I wrapped that eye kind of around the potato, and I planted the whole potato in the ground with that eye, and they just didn't seem to take off as good as the potatoes that basically had no eye or just a little bitty eye. And so I said, well, I'm gonna try something this year. So all those potatoes that had the huge eyes, I mean, they were 18, 20 inches long. Some of them was that tall. I cut them all the way down to just a little nub on the potato. It had a little bit of nub left. I didn't skin it to the skin. And they look real good this year. I mean, real green. And I actually noticed there were a couple of them. I was watering some carrots that I planted. It was just I don't know if you guys remember, I had a little bit of room left on that onion row, about 10 foot, and I bought a little packet of carrots from where? Walmart, Tractor Supply? No, Food Line.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Food Line. Yeah, it was a burpee at Food Line, I think. And I planted some carrots, put a board on it, because one of y'all guys told me in a video a couple years ago to put a board on it when it's sprouting. And long story short, frost had hit some of my potatoes down here because there were several plants that were burnt back black. And the corn cobs of some Jimmy Red that I didn't shell out, that had a little bit of corn on it, but they were kind of junk too. And I threw them in that garden last year to just add, I call it matter, just add leaf matter to the garden. They sprouted and they got burnt back pretty hard. So if I had corn planted, it would have killed it, because it killed that Jimmy Red that come up.
And Brian, thank you for specifying, because he says the taters were smaller and didn't have as many eyes, so I had to double up on some. Because I was wondering, at 50 pounds, it's going to weigh the same. Like, how is it?
Well, he could have cut them up more.
Yeah. Janice says, good night, everyone. Hope you all have a great night and week.
Good night.
George says, sweet corn needs to be planted 10 inches, 10, 12 inches apart.
10 to 12 inches apart.
Okay. It just says 10, 10, 12 apart.
Yeah.
Hybrid field corn is made to plant 6 inches apart.
Yeah, it is.
Joey, think about how many ears of sweet corn is in an acre.
Yeah, that's totally true. But I like sticking to that 10 to 12 with my old school corn. I always keep forgetting the name. Heirloom corn. Basically, I just use my boot. My boot will go in between the seed. I'm happy.
Jack Graham's on.
Hey, Jack.
Evening, folks. Looking very comfortable out in your settings. Wish everyone at your home a blessed Easter and a happy one to your family.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, we're excited about Easter at our church. We'll have sunrise service.
It is Easter.
Church
ain't
getting
it?
me up early again, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
But we'll have sunrise service and we all bring a little something to eat for breakfast. And then we'll have like our just one service that day. But we're really excited because our lovely daughter-in-law's been doing some piano playing and she's very talented. She just it hasn't had like that experience yet, but
Yeah, I forgot. We got
she's getting it. So
practice
mhm,
Thursday too.
yeah. And she printed off some things here, some music. So yeah, she's so super smart and can read music. Great. I can only read the top line, which is trouble. Where I'm at right now, anyways. Yeah, and Janice is also happy Easter. Farmboy 59 says, if I'd cut some more than once, they would have only been about the size of my thumb. Yeah, that's a little small.
Yeah, that wouldn't worked out too good, Brian.
Right. You can only make it work so much.
Yeah. There was actually, yeah, I cut a few of those potatoes under the house.
Because they were getting, some of them were big.
Well, yeah, and then some of them had like two
Two
eyes.
eyes.
So I cut the two eyes off and then cut the potato right in
Mhm.
half. So it worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought about throwing some dirt over top of what has come up
Mhm.
and just go in there with my rolling cultivators, just throw some dirt over top of them, see if it makes.
Yeah, you might as well. It's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah, it's the ideal behind it is to produce more potatoes. You after the plant breaks the ground, cover the plant up again, and it breaks the ground again.
Yeah, we need to do that because I go through some potatoes.
Yes, you do. I can't plant enough potatoes of what you go to. I'd have to be in Idaho.
I'm sorry. I have to cook potatoes and real dinners every night. Troy says, I had to turn the TV volume up from 12 to 24. It's 2 chainsaws running in the room with me. One is a 28-pound French bulldog, and the other is you-know-who.
Oh, my goodness. I thought he was going to say something was wrong with the mics.
Yeah, no. Troy's just expressing his surroundings with us. We get it, Troy.
I used to think my hearing was going bad because if I'm watching TV and somebody's talking in the room, I can't hear the TV. And I thought, okay, well maybe my hearing's going bad because I can't hear both at the same time. But when I got my Apple earphones a couple years ago, I said, well, let me take his hearing test. It was about a year ago. I said, let me take his hearing test and see if I need, if I need a hearing aid. Oh, the hearing test was perfect.
We've all been victims in this home of the dramatic TV pause because we won't stop talking. Like we'll be cutting up like the kids or whoever we're, maybe in the dining room or in the kitchen, somewhere in the vicinity of the living room. And Joe will be like, and just stop and wait for us. And then we're all like, we notice, we're like, oh, sorry. Because we all know, like, yeah, he can't hear both. But we've all been victims of and we think we're done talking to him. And you're like, oh, one more thing real quick. Yes. So, like, just do what everybody else does. Just pretend you heard it. Brian says, Joe, if you remember, I had the right front lift arm brake. Just got me 2 newer square stock style arms and installed.
Oh wow, cool deal.
After install, man, was adjustment battle.
Yeah, it can be.
Oh, after install, man, what an adjustment
Yeah,
battle.
I know
Okay.
what he's saying.
Sometimes I don't read it in the right way, the comments. Like I'm reading it literally, and I'm doing that tonight because I'm tired.
I actually hadn't never looked at one.
Oh,
Uh,
please just put it back down.
I just
Throw it to Birdie.
I
Look,
just wanted to see what it
she thinks they're
was.
delicious. Throw it to Birdie. Joey Neal says I've ended up getting a Alice Chandler's planner that I'm going to put a fast hitch on to use behind the 140. Hopefully it'll work for me.
Yeah, that'll work. Nick posted a video of a John Deere planter, And anyway, long story short, I told him that I actually, before I started doing YouTube, my very, 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 very firstest planter that I used for a couple years was Roger's dad's John Deere planter, and it could have been Roger's planter. I'm not sure. Maybe been Roger's planter. It's one or the other. Is it? Maybe Roger had one, Beeman had one, but anyway, and you can mount it to a. I had this little fast hitch with a piece of square stock on it. It was. I still have it under here. It's just got a spring tooth on it, but I would put that John Deere planter on it, and man, it planted just fine. It actually the John Deere planter that I used, it other than that painted green, it looked just like my 184 planter. I swear it did. I mean, you would think it, you know, you could tell it was John Deere because of the way the gears and stuff were and the plates and all that good jazz. But it worked great. It was a fine planter. I wish I still had it. Well, you looking at me all funny here. Where's that thing at? Oh.
I don't want everybody to think I'm in a rush to get off. I'm not. I was thinking about something I had needed to bring up on the live, and I forgot what it was.
May have been your salsa.
No.
Something you didn't do right in it.
What did I not do right?
Yeah, I noticed she said on that video, because I'll edit her video. Sometimes some of the stuff she does, I want to keep in there just for fun.
Because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna film this.
I wanna keep her in there adjusting that camera because she does something I don't. She uses a front-facing camera, I guess, so she can see, make sure.
Yeah, make sure I'm in the camera
And
frame.
the look she gives that thing when she's adjusting it, like I'm like, man, I wanna put that in there.
Look, you just be glad that I can do it by myself. I don't have to depend on, like, oh well, Joe, you got to film this.
And then I find myself editing her parts, and she's pulling the camera down towards what she's doing. And I'm like, "Oh, come on, just a little more, just a little more,
I'm like,
come on,
"Eh,
little
you
more."
can see most of it. It's fine. We're two different.
I'm sitting there rooting for her to make sure she gets the whole bowl in the picture.
Look, we're two different videographers, if that's what you're gonna call it. I'm like, you can see most of it. You're fine.
You got like half the bowl there.
You can at least see it.
But no, it actually it turns out good. And the salsa is delicious. Although I would get kicked out of the Mexican heritage, whatever you'd call it, Mexican club, because
You're not in the club.
I'm not a dipper with the bread. I'm not a dipper with the what'd you make?
Tortillas?
No, the fried burritos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anything I
They're more
eat,
like chimichangas, but
all my Mexican food I eat, I like having a spoon, and I take a spoonful of salsa and put on the tortilla, then eat the tortilla. I don't dip.
yeah, you dip it in there. You use your tortilla as
I
a
know.
utensil.
I don't. Like we was at the Mexican restaurant, and I had my little meat cut up, and I put a piece of guacamole on it, and I put a little piece of pintos, and then I took a spoonful of salsa and put on that, and then took the fork and eat it.
Well, and like me, I've been using it as a utensil my whole life. So like I'm pretty good. I can get this, and everything all in one
I
and
can't.
bite it.
I
And
don't. And I ain't even gonna try. I want to
well,
get my spoon put on that.
yeah, and it's cute because like Megan, she'll be eating it and doing it too. So
And I actually, if I had my rathers, I probably shouldn't tell this, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. I'd rather have me a metal spork because I really don't like a fork, but I like spoons.
no, you already have a special plate and a special cup. You're not getting a special spork. Anyway, let me get
Somebody's
back
gonna
to
mail me one. Just cause you.
Brent says 10 minutes and counting. Just picking. Excuse me. Pecan Grove MS says, go for it, Joey. It'd be fun. About leaving the rough cuts in the video.
Oh. Yeah. Well, where you messed up the other day, you were like, cut it.
And I was like, oh, because I kept trying to say like add salt, or I was saying use fresh garlic powder. No, I meant fresh garlic, not garlic powder.
Yeah, you were saying no. You were saying that the bits get in your teeth, and you don't like the bits of garlic on the fresh garlic, and something. And,
Yeah, I said like garlic salt, not fresh garlic. I
yeah.
had it mixed up, and I was just like, oh, let me start over.
Did you get the bits from that roast in your teeth? Did you notice how they mush up to nothing?
No, because I scraped them off the meat, all that bits. Because yeah, I could still see it was like the size of a.
I know, but
That
if
big.
you like touch it with your fork or knife or whatever, I mean, it spreads like mayonnaise.
Oh no, I didn't try that. I just flicked them off.
Yeah, they're super soft.
No, Hope's Garage says I have an old cold duplex planter, but I don't think just 1 pound of cord seed justifies hooking it up.
Yeah, that's I think my last video I was putting out, and Danny will know what I'm talking about here. If you just gonna fertilize a little bit or row, I wouldn't get fertilized in my hopper for a half a row or a roll or something. I mean, I'm gonna have to put out several bags really before I put fertilizer, because every time you get fertilized in that hopper, you need to, if you're doing it right, as soon as you're done, that thing needs to come off the tractor, get washed, set it out in the sun a minute and let it drip dry, and then spray it with some WD-40. If you want to, and you got to wash the tractor, at least the spot where that hopper was and up under it. Because if you don't, one season, and you'll have a rusted arm, rusted bolts, rusted everything. I mean, it's pretty hard on it. I guess that's why vehicles up.
Get
Did
it.
it wake you up?
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay. Thank you. Do you still have it? Throw
Yeah,
it
I
over
still
there.
got it.
You're just gonna sit there with it in your hand.
It's just a bug. It'd be some good fishing with it.
Pecan Grove says Joe sounds a little OCD. He is. With the big on the C too.
What's
Oh no, that's compulsive. I think it's control.
oh.
Obsessive control disorder too. Yeah, because like just all the special weird stuff, like everybody has matching plates and it looks nice and he's got some weird plate, but I'm like, that's Joey's plate. If he wants it, we'll give it to him. So I've probably enabled this behavior.
That's your mama's plate.
I know, but
And I don't mean your mama like a 80s joke, your mama.
No, I know what you mean. But I just mean that I said it's fine, you bring it, even though I have no other plates that look like that. Still as a woman,
Well,
it's
then
your
maybe-
kitchen.
maybe
You could say,
she'll-
no, I don't want that plate.
Maybe she'll give me the rest of them so you can have matching plates.
Well,
got
I don't want those plates.
She's got like 5.
I know, but I don't particularly care for them. Anyway,
Tell on Will.
what about Will?
Will likes to have his special
Right,
plate.
he learned that from you. No Hopes Girl says, I have 4 160-foot rows of corn.
Oh, okay.
J. Pill says, can't believe how fast the hour goes.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we've been out here for an hour for sure. Of course, Lino may be a little tired.
Timbo says, LOL, I have special plates and silverware.
Yeah, you might find out I ain't the only one that's weird about that. But I have enjoyed my Whataburger cup here lately. And I guess it's just because it's so big of a cup. My plastic Whataburger cup we got, that you was looking at me real funny the other day when I was drinking out of it, because it was, the pressure in it was shh, shh, shh.
Yeah, it sounded like you had a sippy cup.
It is. It's a grown person sippy cup. It is. It really is. Because of the type lid they got on it.
And No Hope says, I always wash out the fertilizer hopper, the drive, and everything near it. And Daddy said, yes, you got to clean it good.
Yeah, you got to, guys, or she will eat up some gears, man. Which that's basically what happens to all of them. They don't get cleaned up.
Mm-hmm. And then if it's hot or a rough day, it's hard to take that extra time and clean something up. Because trust me, I'm
Yeah.
like that in the kitchen.
Well, the thing about it is, and here's the thing, and it doesn't seem like it would do this, but I mean, if you just leave it in there one day. I mean, you take the tractor and park it under the shed, and you leave it in there one day, and especially if it's in the summer, that nitrogen in there will start sweating and it will start rusting in one day like that. And that's why I've always washed them out the day I use them. Uh, that nitrogen in that fertilizer ain't no joke as far as rust.
Brian's calling me out and he's saying, y'all have a great week and good night. He calling me out for leaving early.
Oh, is he?
So he likes my schedule too. He just don't want to say it.
Oh, well,
It's 9 o'clock. And Curtis King says, good night, y'all. Have a great Easter.
man.
Yes, happy Easter. If you have been thinking about going to church, perfect time at Easter because it celebrates the most meaningful time to us, which is the death and burial, resurrection of Jesus.
Yeah.
And so this is the perfect time to go to church because you'll get to hear about all that Sunday. So if you don't go and you've been thinking about it, maybe this is your little reminder that you should go. Get something landed on my head, Joey. Do you see it?
I don't see it.
Okay. But
Was it on this side?
it was right on top of my clip, my hair clip.
Yeah, and I'll say, yeah, it's without the death, burial, and resurrection. You know, all of our faith is in vain. But it happened, and you know, I've never been a one to, especially when it comes to the United States, things that happen in the United States, saying, "Oh man, Jesus gonna come back soon." I've never been one to really say a lot, but you know, when you start seeing stuff over in Iran, which is, you know, pretty biblical importance place, and of course, obviously Israel, and just how it seems like there's quite a few people starting to be very vocal about their uh, hatred of Israel. Uh, Start time watching out. But anyway,
Do you want me to look? Because I gave it to you thinking.
no, I got my glasses here.
Comments,
Yeah.
but I'll shut up our lights.
No, we got Danny said he repaints his a lot. I don't paint mine, Danny. I just put WD-40 on it and check it maybe midwinter. Matter of fact, the hopper that I got on the Super A now has got a little bit of flash rust in it because the WD-40 has done kind of, I don't know, dissipated out a little bit more. And but yeah, I just wash them out and keep them sprayed down. But listen, God bless y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.